What's up, YouTube? It's the Bees Gaming, back with another episode of the Pokemon Heart Gold Let's Play. In the last episode, we beat Morty and got a couple of our team members evolved in the process. In this episode, we are going to be making our way down to Route 38 and 39 to Olivine, and we may be picking up another team member in the process. I've done some just backtracking in the past few off camera, in between episodes per se, making sure to grow these orange berries. Like I said, we said before, we need them for a certain part of the game. Where are we at with the number? We have 10. I think that's just enough. So what I actually want to do is I want to plant more. So I want to have orange berries. So we might not do the portion where we need a little side mission for the orange berries this episode. Here in a second, I will show you what we've done. Like I said, I did some backtracking, and I talked to the day of the week siblings, and I picked up a few items, the magnet, and I got the twisted spoons here for Dawn to power up her psychic type moves. So there's that. Let's get on to Route 38. We will have some trainers, obviously, to battle. Let's get into it. Let's go grab this item right here. It's a max potion. We'll go battle some of these trainers, like I said. Looks like we got a bird keeper here. See what he's got. Starts with a Doduo. We will confusion and try to take it out, which we do. Do another Doduo. Just confusion again. And take it out as well. A lot of good XP here. Dawn to 19. And a third Doduo. We will confusion again. So there's that bird keeper down. Bird keeper Toby was no match for us. It's the only real trainer battle there. Go this way. Take on this sailor here. See what he has. He sends out a Wooper. It's his only Pokemon. We will confusion again. And take it out. So we defeat Sailor Harry. On this trainer. She sends out a Flaffy. Flaffy is the evolved form of Mareep, a Pokemon we have seen earlier in the game. It's with Thunder Wave that'll paralyze us, which cuts our speed in half. Thanks to Synchronize, we also paralyzed the Flaffy. Take it out. One of the many upsides of having Synchronize. Psyduck is disabled and our confusion is disabled. So we will go for Shadow Balls. Some Shadow Balls and try to take out the Psyduck. Let's take it out as it uses Water Gun. As long as we hit the Shadow Ball, it should take out the Psyduck. It does, it crits. Even though it didn't need to crit. Wish it would have crit the first time. Going to level 20. The only unfortunate part of this game, I will say, is we're getting into a portion of the game where the level scaling isn't great, and it's highly actually looked down upon, just because like a lot of the Pokemon are going to be super under leveled. Like we're in the 20s now, and even after the next gym, a lot of trainers will still be using Pokemon that are, you know, high teens, low 20s, and we'll be up into the upper 20s, even low 30s in our level. Still, like I said, taking on low teens to or high teens to low 20s, unfortunately. So we will Shadow Ball this Mr. Mime. Drop its special defense with that Shadow Ball. Take it down. Get us a good chunk of XP. Really won't. No, don't want the phone number. To encounter a wild Pokemon. Rattata. Take on this trainer. Beauty Valerie has a Hoppit. Confusion. And a Skiploom, the evolved form of Hoppit. So we don't take it down with one Psychic, so we'll use two. So we take down Beauty Valerie here. Mother's calling. Go find a useful item while shopping with money. I bought it. Ask the delivery man to bring it to the nearest Pokemon or department store. We'll have another item to pick up. Item there. So we'll have to go this way for it. As we run into a man. Boba. Oh, what you are holding is what they call a Pokedex? Haven't seen one of those in ages. My name is Baoba. I used to run a safari zone in Fuchsia City, but it was becoming out of date with new entertainment options coming out. I decided to go overseas to learn the newest technology and open a state-of-the-art safari zone in Cianwood. It may be more than a coincidence that we are chatting. Why don't we register each other's numbers in the Pokegear? I can give you a call once the Safari Zone is open before I call anyone else. Do you want to register? Sure, might as well. I'll let you know over the Pokegear once it's ready. Now this was going to be an important part of the story for us, because one of the Pokemon I was originally going to catch was only the only way you could get it pre-post game was in the Safari Zone. Now that is a Pokemon I've taken off the team, and decided not to use and go a different route. So now the Safari Zone is not as important, but it still could be useful. So we'll take on this Psychic Trainer here. Never know. Leads with the Slowpoke. So we will go with a Shadow Ball. Take it out. And another Slowpoke. So another Shadow Ball is what we'll do. So also take out the Slowpoke. Defeated Psychic Nelson. How do we get to that item? I don't even remember. Oh, I see now. It's I have to have Rock Climb, which we will get later in the game, because it's an HM that we do not have access to yet. So I will continue on with Dawn in front here to take on these final few trainers of Route 39 here. And we'll be taking on the Sailor Eugene. It's a Poliwhirl. Well, Psychic. It's not super effective yet, as Poliwhirl's evolution Poliwrath is part fighting type, but it'll still do a good chunk of damage, obviously, as it does. Takes it down to red HP. We'll just Shadow Ball and take it out. It's on to level 22. Wants to learn Quick Attack. Yeah, we'll learn Quick Attack. It's not going to be that great because it's a physical, obviously a physical move. Dawn's a special attacker, but it is good for just small little chip damage. Say we leave a Pokemon on like, 2 to 3, 4 HP, something like that. Something in the red where it's a kind of a waste, like this instant right here. It would be a waste to use a move like Psychic or Shadow Ball. Just go for Quick Attack. It'll do enough damage to take out the Pokemon. So he sends out a Krabby as his final Pokemon. We will Confusion and hopefully one-shot it. And we do. Dawn picks up some more XP. Take on this guy. Asked if it's okay to brag about his Pokemon. Yeah, I would say so. But like, if you're not bragging about your Pokemon, what's the point of having them? Love my Pokemon. Always. So we defeat Pokefan Derek and his Pikachu. Well, we do not want your phone number, Derek. I bet you don't even like Pokemon. Man, we like Pokemon. We love Pokemon. Pokemon are the best. So we'll take on Pokefan Ruth here and her Pikachu. So we'll just go for another Psychic on her Pikachu. Take it out. Dawn grows to level 23. As we will switch to Helios out front and head into Olivine City. It's silver. coming out of the gym. You again. There's no need to be alert. I don't bother with wimps like you. Speaking of weaklings, the city's gym leader isn't here, and it's supposedly taking care of a sick Pokemon at the lighthouse. Boo-hoo. Just let a sick Pokemon go. A Pokemon that can't battle is worthless. Why don't you go train at the lighthouse? Who knows? It may make you a better I can't read. It may make you a bit of a better trainer. I don't know why I was so tongue-tied with that there. I think in this sea, and if it's on the sea, there is bound to be something to catch. I've fished here for 30 years. Would you like to face the sea and fish? Yes. Yourself a new angler. We obtained the good rod. Water type Pokemon aren't found in the sea alone. They go wherever there is water. So that is actually an item we need to find a Pokemon that I'd like to use. We're gonna go ahead and heal up. And then I think we'll search for our 5th team member, because I'm pretty sure we get him. We can catch him in this city. So we'll do that. Here and register that. Deregister actually the bicycle here. I actually want to switch because it is going to be obviously a water type Pokemon, so Helios is not a great lead if I can click the right button on my controller. Well, why? We landed a Pokemon. It's a Krabby. Not what we're looking for, though. Sorry, we encountered a Krabby there. My game stuttered. I just cut it out of the video. Don't want y'all guys to kind of have to worry. See that stuff like that. Anytime there's like a issue with the game, whatnot, I'm always going to try to keep it out of the videos. So we encounter a Magikarp. Again, not the Pokemon we're looking for. Like I was saying, don't want you guys to see if there's any issues. I always try to cut them out. Game stutters, freezes up, whatnot. Obviously, so there's that. So we encounter another Magikarp. Alright guys, I just did some research. Apparently we can't find the Pokemon we're looking for here on this route in the city. So we will have to find it another time. Actually, that guy just mentioned strength, and the guy at Mount Mortar, which I've accidentally actually already got as I was doing some training in between episodes. I picked it up, and it actually reminded me I do want to teach it to Heracross, which I've actually already done. So that between episodes. Also picked up the TM for Shadow Claw as well. That I do have a Pokemon I'd like to use it on for my team. Don't know if it can learn it yet, and but also I might use it on a different team member. I gotta figure out some movesets, the final movesets. I got an idea of what I'd like to use, but not 100%. And I realized we forgot to do something in Ekritique, so I'm gonna go back to Ekritique, and then I will see y'all guys then. All right, guys, we are back in Ekritique. Actually, a very key part of the story. Don't know how I forgot it, but we're gonna do it here. Hey! Stop dancing such a serious dance. Show me something like a hula dance. You mustn't push such a request on me. Oh, Are you telling me you don't respect what the customer wants? Well, then I'll show you how to dance. I'll show you a great one. Wahahaha. Huh? Who are you? You dare get in my way? So this Team Rocket Grunt is obviously bothering people, so we will take him on and beat him up. Sends out Coughing. We send Baki out. And use Strength. It's a move I have not used yet in this playthrough. Should do some decent damage too, as we're 10 levels higher. Now Strength is an HM obviously, so it's not, I can't forget it without the move Deleter, but it is a good move. It's a 80 base power normal type move that does some good damage honestly, so it's not a bad move to just have. Oh no, you make me look like a villain. Oops, I have an important mission. If they find out I was wasting time here, they'll make me start over as the lowest Team Rocket Grunt. I better leave now. Another call from our mother. Oh, for useful item while shopping. Bought it with your money. Delivery man to deliver near the nearest Pokemon department store. Right, we gotta pick up the other one as well. You must be Gold, correct? That was indeed excellent. Kind and strong. Good at raising Pokemon as well. That person does know what to look for in people. Oh, that was just me talking to myself. Never mind. Wonderful. You were so courageous for your age. It was a rare sight to see. I want you to have this. Don't be shy. Take it. Obtain HMO3. That's Surf. It's a move that lets Pokemon swim across water with ease. Obviously, it's a move that's very important to the game. We don't have any Pokemon that can learn it right now, but I'm going to go back to Olivine, and I will be back then. Alright guys, we are back in Olivine. Obviously, we could take on the Lighthouse. I want to save that as of right now. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Spamming the A button. I want to catch a Pokemon that we can teach Surf to. Not Magikarp. We can't teach it Surf. So preferably, I guess, technically Krabby at this point is what we're looking for. As we somehow can't escape from a Magikarp. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy, dude. What the crap? Can we run away? Thank you. Guess we just need to get a faster Pokemon out front. This Baki is not that fast. 44, 46, 64, 73. So let's just put Duskwing out front. She's our fastest Mon. Said looking for a Krabby to teach Surf to. Is we need to surf somewhere and we find one. We need to surf somewhere to catch a certain Pokemon. The Pokemon we were originally looking for. Just gonna Astonish here, get some little chip damage in. Astonish again. Just Nest Ball it. Net Ball it. Should catch. Got the Krabby, not important. Krabby, not a terrible Pokemon, especially in this generation with the physical special split. Pre-physical special split, not good at all. As wall water type moves were special, and Krabby and its evolution Kingler are heavily physical attackers. So, but with the addition of physical special split, the addition of physical water type moves, it becomes a very usable Pokemon. So we want to go to Route 40 here. Route 40 is not what we're looking for. We want to surf. I wasn't expecting to get spotted from that far away, but I guess since this swimmer was on the screen, he could see us. We'll take him on real quick. Just have some water type, a tentacle. Just bite. It uses constrict. It crits, but only does about 3 damage. Take out the tentacle. So we can gain some nice XP. Another tentacle. Bite again. Use toxic spikes. Not a great move to use on your last turn. Not a bad move in general, as toxic spikes pretty much sets up a layer of spikes, invisible spikes on the ground, to where if you switch Pokemon, the Pokemon you switch into becomes poisoned, or heavily poisoned, technically, I think. But as Duskwing grows to 25 there, we want to surf down to the next route. I'm gonna put on a repel. Repel shouldn't affect our fishing encounters. So that's what we need to do. We need to fish. All right, here on Route 41. Don't need to go far into it. Just need to be on the route. Look for the Pokemon you're looking for. So we encounter a tentacle. Obviously not the Pokemon we're looking for, as we just encountered one but didn't catch it. The Pokemon we are looking for, though, does have a fairly low encounter rate with the Good Rod. If we had the Super Rod, it'd be better, but we are not at a point in the game to access the Super Rod. So the Good Rod it is. We will continue, like I said, looking for it. Hopefully we encounter it soon. So hopefully it doesn't take super long for this encounter. Shelter, not what we're looking for, but another new Pokemon. Not a bad Pokemon. Pure water type. When it evolves, its evolution Cloyster is a water ice type. Not terrible, not great. Attack wise, it's more of like a tank. It's very bulky. Cloyster is. We encounter another tentacle. Not what we're looking for. Tentacle and its evolution Tentacruel aren't bad. Water poison types. Never actually used one before, but I have thought about it. I don't know. Maybe in a future, like if I go back to a Generation 1 game, a Kanto game, maybe I'll use a tentacle in that playthrough. Typically don't, because like not recently at least, because a lot of the Kanto playthroughs I've done in the past, just in my own spare time, I've been using Bulbasaur as my starter, and I tend not to overlap on typings, just because it's like, obviously you want as much type coverage as possible, so you don't want 2 Pokemon with the same type. I mean, like, you can in a normal playthrough. As we encounter a Chinchou, which is what we were looking for. Nice. Chinchou is a water and electric type. Not per se stat-wise the best water type in the game, but it's definitely not a bad water type. Super high HP, and then its special attack is not terrible either. It's actually pretty good, as we're going to use a Lure Ball here. We've had Herc make some in between episodes. They are made from the blue apricorns. As we caught the Chinchou. Nice. Water electric, like I said, the angler Pokemon. It shoots positive and negative electricity between the tips of its two antennae and zaps its enemy. As we want to give it a nickname. I'm going to think of one real quick. I'm going to cut and be right back when I figure out what I want to name it. All right, we're back. I thought about it, and what I want to name her, is Lumen. I think it fits pretty nicely. Not a terrible name. Not a horrible name either, as Lyra's calling. Let's see. Hello, this is Lyra. How are you? You know how there's that really tall cliff near Route 47? When you're walking around there, the Pokemon with you get pretty scared too. Me? I'm perfectly fine with heights. Click. Where is Route 47? Right, oh, right here. Which leads to the Safari Zone. Okay, we haven't reached that part of the game yet. Lyra. But let's look at our Chinchou here. Lumen the Chinchou is a jolly nature. Obviously caught today, August 19th, 2026. On Route 41, met at level 20. It often lost in thought. It's often lost in thought. This is a horrible nature. Illuminate raises the likelihood of meeting wild Pokemon. That's like alright, not great. It's pretty much the only ability. I mean, Voltage Orb is better. I think I'm gonna hunt for a different Chinchou real quick. Try to see, maybe catch a couple of them. I'm just gonna cut, and once I actually catch a few and find one that we can use, I will see you guys then. All right, guys, we are back. Like I said, I just went and caught. I said I found one. It's a little better. It's got naive nature, sturdy body, supposedly. Naive nature's race speed, lowered special defense, and this one has Volt Absorb, which is a little better of an ability, as it restores HP if hit by an electric type move. So if we ever encounter an electric type Pokemon and it goes to use an electric type move, instead of dealing damage, it'll just restore our HP instead. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna teach Lumen Surf, as it is a move we want it to have, obviously. We know 4 moves. Should we delete a move? Yes. We're just gonna get rid of Flail. Not a great move. And forgot Flail and learned Surf. I don't think there's any other moves we want to teach right now. Rock Tomb could be good, but I'm wanting to hold on to it for a certain Pokemon. Same thing with Dig as of right now. Not a move I really want to teach anybody on our team anyways. Shadow Call. I mean, like, Baki can learn it, and I know Typhlosion can learn it when Helios fully evolves. My original thought was have it on Typhlosion, but I also think it might be good just to have on Baki instead. So I gotta figure out, like I said, move sets, because while Helios is more of a special attacker, Typhlosion is, its physical attack isn't terrible either. It's kind of honestly like a split attacker, where it has both good special and physical. It is obviously going to be a little more special than physical, just because that's the way its base stats end up being, is it's got a higher special attack base stat total than physical attack. But it's definitely not bad. So I thought about having it there just for some move coverage, but it might be better on Baki with his ridiculously high physical attack, if we really want to have it on someone. I just, like I said, got to figure out some move sets and stuff. Because Baki's moveset's pretty much similar to what I want. I'm going to use Brick Break over Close Combat. I know Close Combat's better and it does more damage, but the defense drop that you get, I don't like. So I'd rather just use Brick Break over it. And Brick Break's also better if a team goes to set up a light screen or reflect to boost its special defense or physical defense of stats for the whole team, any Pokemon that's up while the screen is up. Brick Break will just break it. So Brick Break, Strength, Aerial Ace, and then I was gonna have I'll have to look this up real quick. I was gonna have Mega Horn on it. So it was gonna be Brick Break, Mega Horn, Aerial Ace, and Strength. But I'm not sure. Maybe get rid of Aerial Ace for Shadow Claw. So run like Brick Break, Shadow Claw, Mega Horn, Strength. Could be good. And then my Typhlosion was going to run Flamethrower, Shadow Claw, I think probably Hyper Beam and Lava Plume. Again, not the best, but I probably could get rid of Shadow Claw for a different move. Maybe something like a stat boosting move or something. And when I build my teams, I use a website called Pokeos. Very cool website, not sponsored obviously in any way. I'm just obviously just a small creator, one subscriber, but super cool website I found. It lets you pull up any game throughout the Pokemon series, and you can set up your 6 Pokemon team with abilities and moves. You can select what items. It's like super useful. I like to use it for obviously teams, abilities, and movesets. But like if you're doing competitive Pokemon, it's super good for that because you can set your EVs and IVs and see like what your stat layout's gonna be at certain levels and everything. So it's super good for setting up like competitive teams. I myself am not a competitive Pokemon guy. Never have done any competitive Pokemon stuff, but to all the people that do competitive Pokemon, more to you, because like that stuff's like hard to set up and super time consuming and stuff. So yeah, but I think that is going to be all for this episode. We should be around like 30-ish minutes. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. Leave a comment if you'd want to. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications to get notified when I post. Yeah, in the next episode, we are going to be going through the lighthouse to train up our Pokemon. Obviously, got to train up Lumen and continue training up our other Pokemon. And yeah, and then hopefully taking on a gym as well in the next episode. I don't know. Technically, I think the next gym in chronological order would be the Cianwood gym. So obviously got to do the lighthouse and then travel to Cianwood. But I'm hoping to get through both the lighthouse and the gym next episode. But I will see you guys then. Peace.